never felt this loss before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more.
Military sexual trauma or MST is the term being used by VA to refer to experiences of sexual assault or repeated threatening sexual harassment a veteran encountered during his or her military service.
I woke up to a 6'5" Marine on top of me. The next 20 minutes altered the next 20 years of my life. I never thought that I'd be raped by my brother who chose to protect and defend our country.
This is 1999, the height of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. It was a different military, a different culture at that time.
I would go to my counselor, who was a chaplain, and he'd start the session with a Bible verse. And he'd tell me how bad gay sex is. And he'd tell me that there's only so much that I could tell him before he'd have to report it to my command, thus risking my job. So there wasn't a lot that got done in that room. And that's what I lived with for a year. For the next 10 years, I dealt with drugs and alcohol just to cope. After my third suicide attempt, I made a decision and I made a choice. And that choice was to transform my life. That led me to jail, and it led me to the Department of Veteran Affairs, and it led to someone saying something so profound, it shook me. She said, "You're a card-carrying member for PTSD. We're going to help you with your situation, and we're going to help you with the PTSD." But that was such a light bulb moment, because now I had a name and I can get help. And I started my healing process. Now I had a blemish on my record, so I said, how am I going to transform my life? And that led me to higher education.
On February 6th of 2012 was the happiest day of my life. I had been enrolled at PSC for a month at that time, but I got the call that I had been accepted into Volunteers of America's transitional housing program for homeless veterans. That moment changed my trajectory because my basic need was met. I knew for 2 years that I would have a roof over my head and I have a place to really dream. And I hadn't had a dream in 10, 12 years at that point, where it was positive. And although when I would go to school and my classmates wouldn't know my situation, they didn't know, I had the look of a homeless guy. I had the look of someone unkept because I wore a very expensive cologne. It was hopelessness, despair, it was the blame game, it was PTS, but nobody knew. And it took about 6 months for that cologne to wash off of me. And I started wearing a cologne of pride. Being able to say I'm a formerly homeless veteran that now owns my home. I'm a business owner. And in my senior year at UWF, I am doing my dreams. My life is rich beyond what I thought at that time. I'm also a rape survivor, an honorably discharged veteran. I'm a person that's gone through some traumatic experiences and been to jail. I'm all of that. I've had some shame I'm not proud of, and I've had to forgive myself for that. And I've had to be okay with certain people who know me from that time frame when I wasn't a good person, who have that opinion. But I can't stay there because who I am today is someone that says I'm going to be better than I was the day before, and I'm going to show not by my words, but by my actions. I am all of that in one. I'm dynamic, I'm afraid, and I'm still going through counseling every day.